Recovering from a broken heart is difficult. There aren't many people in the world who don't have this experience, but it's a very difficult thing to get over, especially in some relationships. So we're going to read a little bit from the book. It's all about love, and then I'm going to actually talk to you as well. Recovering from a broken heart. To escape this lesson in love is rare. Whether we are sweet 16 or 80, our hearts can be broken. Time can be a healer when we have a broken heart. At the beginning, a broken heart is difficult to deal with, and trawling through this painful heartache affects every aspect of our life. People generally don't know how to respond and give some foolish advice. We may be told we are better off without them, that there are plenty of fish in the sea, and equally useless advice. No one in the throes of this sad experience wants or needs to hear lectures on life. Mostly we just crave support and nurturing. It takes ages to get over breakups, even when the partner might have been a poor choice. If you're the one struggling through a breakup, be kind to yourself. Try to keep doing as many of your normal activities as you engaged in before. And more importantly, allow yourself to grieve, rant, rave, and be a mess. This is best done in privacy or with the support of an understanding ally. If we suppress our emotions, they will surface in another way. Best to feel it all, cry, and then we have less likelihood of a breakdown or an illness manifesting. The soldier-on mentality is strong in our society. Somehow we are not supposed to feel and express our emotions. Still, the fastest road to recovery is simply to allow the feelings to come up until they dissipate. Eat as best as you can, get some exercise, go out in nature, and do anything that soothes your soul. That is the best medicine. Everyone heals at their own rate. Do not compare yourself to others, because the depth of heartache are always unique. They say grief takes more than 2 years to come through, and that is merely the first phase. You are grieving loss. Therefore, surround yourself with good people and do not berate yourself for taking too long. There will be days when it feels like you are over it, only to find yourself back there hurting and facing all your residual loss, anger and hurt. The journey out of grief can be 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and this is normal and in a way healthy. Too many of us try to rush the process simply to find there is still a lot more to do. Letting go of the past, our dreams and negative emotions takes time and effort. We should never believe that it is weak to return again to counselling, to see the doctor, or to use other techniques that have worked previously. Once we pass through the initial pain, the deeper, more entrenched emotions can surface. Be aware of this. Try to face and release these feelings, and this will require strength, and at the beginning we might not have the strength to do it. However, in time you will. Filling our days with happiness and endeavouring to be mindful helps, as does allowing ourselves a break by watching television or reading a book or socialising. We can heal more than we realise when we check out and focus on something else or someone else. Doing kind gestures can help in our healing. As long as we continue to address our situation and move forward, these distractions can aid us. The only problem people have is when they use distraction as denial, then it serves no purpose. The pain does lessen, and we will recover in our own time. By healing our heart, we can be ready to love again. Lots of individuals who shut out their emotions shut out the possibility of letting love back in their world, and this block can remain forever. Every awful experience does teach us how it feels, and this increases our ability to show compassion and love to others in similar predicaments. Remember, people don't always turn out as we expect. Maybe we read them wrong or they misled us. Either way, we can become very disappointed, especially with important love relationships. Expectations are the reason we can be disappointed. Our expectations may be unrealistic or misguided. Disappointment is depressing. All our hopes and dreams are challenged, and it feels quite unsettling. And at times we are disappointed by broken promises or new behaviours that appear. In particular relationships, the person can turn out to be someone we don't feel we know anymore. This stranger is not the one we fell in love with, and therein lies the dilemma. Naturally, as we come to know each other more, there are bound to be a few surprises. Disappointments can be absorbed, and with the new information we can move on together. Despite this, other disappointments can stop us in our tracks. If these disappointments continue, the relationship can become very strained. Disappointment is a part of life. We need to deal with it in a kind and assertive manner, coming from love. regardless of what others think. We need to follow our own heart. However, if we are being abused or with someone who will not consider our feelings, then we need to reassess. We need never to be afraid of stepping away for a time or forever. Heartbreak from a loss of a major relationship does take time. And I added the part about the disappointment because I think that's part of just before and then just after. I think you have a lot of it. But some relationships really are only for a while, or that we learn something. Sometimes I think they're karmic. We come back to maybe pick up our power with that person or write the books, make them everything balance, make balance. Sometimes we are supposed to stay with them for a lifetime, but then things change. Free will make people change relationships, and stubbornness. We need to come from love. If you both come from love, you will probably be able to work through it. However, if only one comes from love and the other person comes from power and control, you will actually find the relationship will disintegrate. The best things I've found to get over the heartache was to express it. I spoke about it when I drove along in the car or when I went for a walk. I verbalized it out loud, how I felt. I wrote a lot. I did a lot of free writing where I just had pieces of paper and sat there and scrawled away and wrote about how angry I was or disappointed, how hurt I was, etc., etc. And I just wrote until it ran out. And then I might read it again if I could read my writing, because my writing's pretty messy. But mostly I just kept doing it to offload it, because writing will actually get rid of a lot of stuff. You can also go to counselling. You might have a really great friend who you can talk to. You might want to read as well. But basically, the reason you get stuck is because you get stuck in the emotions. And the more you can release those emotions by using various release methods, just simply wanting to let it go. I use EFT, emotional freedom tapping, meditation. The more you let it go, the better and the quicker you will heal, because they're the ones that trap you. It's the emotions that you feel. And if there's been a betrayal involved, you will find that it will take you longer. So be really patient with yourself. I found that for me, it was about acknowledging it, allowing myself to feel it again, and then releasing it, and then just going back and doing it again. Because there are layers, and if you've been with that person for a long time, there will be layers. So good luck with it. You can heal from this, and then you can go out and maybe start a new relationship once your heart is healed.